Oh, hi, it's me wearing my favorite hoodie. The best part of, okay, weekend reading vlogs. I should start with that. Weekend reading vlogs are a thing where I read a book in a weekend. Because of how chaotic February is for me, I'm going to try to do them in one day. So this is the first one of this month. There's gonna be a second one. I do normally have a TBR jar, but with my book tracker for 2025, I have it set up a certain way to track how many series I'm reading, right, throughout the year, so that maybe a person, can finish series. I finished like 6 or something. It was a dumb amount. It was a stupidly dumb amount how many I've actually finished last year, despite the fact that I constantly am starting new ones. Okay, and we don't need to talk about that. So, at least for this month, the 2 weekend reading vlogs are me, instead of doing a TBR jar that has books from my 25 and 25 and all that stuff. I'm just going to continue being behind schedule on that. And instead, I went through my whole entire catalog of all the series I'm in the middle of, and anyone that intrigued me, I searched on Libby, and anyone that was available, I put on the list for 11 of them, I believe. I was only gonna do 10, but spoiler for the next vlog, I'm currently in the middle of the second Black Dagger Brotherhood book, and I'm loving it, so the third one's on the list. Also, spoiler for the next vlog, I'm tired as fuck. That's why I look like this. I look like I'm dying. I mean, it's fine. I feel like I'm dying. It's fine. At least pizza. Oh no, I had a coffee. Fuck. Should I make another coffee? I may make a tea after this. Okay, I'm gonna make a tea because there's no surviving. There's no way I'm surviving otherwise. There's 11 books on this wheel. I'm gonna spin this wheel. If Yona the Dawn comes up, I'm just gonna read as many of them as I can in the 2 days. So it's probably gonna be like 3 or 4. Is the plan for that, which I'm fine with. There's a few that are last books in the series. There's a few that are middle books of 3 books or trilogies, and there's some that are like books 2 or 3 out of like 16 books, and it's fine. It's not stressing me out at all. Anyways, I'm gonna screen record that bad boy, which is where the wheel is. Because I gotta do this before my sister gets home from walking the dogs for me. Anyways, the wheel is somewhere around here. You can see it. It's beautiful. We love it. It's blue. Why is it blue? I don't know. I just decided to do blue for this one. It fit the vibe. One of these is a Christmas romance, so that's fine. And that's that. Should I just press the button? Oh, it went past Yoda. Oh my god. So close to Snowden, which is the Christmas romance, which, hear me out, it's only a duology. And it would make sense. It would make sense for me to do that. Because what are the chances I'm going to remember? I have multiple Christmas romance series on my list. So what are the chances I'm going to remember next year to read the second one in the series, right? And all that jazz. But instead, Lover Awakened, which is the 3rd book in the Black Dagger Brotherhood. That's the name of it. 1. How many books are in the series? I think like 60. I swear to God. I gotta borrow it real quick. Oh my goodness. The way I half-heartedly put it on the list, knowing that I'm only 50% of the way through Love for Eternal, or whatever the name of the second one is. That is right, actually. Which means I have to speed finish that one. I hope I enjoy the 3rd one as much as I'm enjoying the chaos that is this one. And that's fine. That's fine. We're fine with it. Okay, so, it's fine because I just looked at the synopsis and Lover Awakened does follow Zadist. We're not talking about the vampire saves. In which I was wondering if he was going to be the next one because there was a scene randomly from kind of friend slash next door neighbor who is a vampire of the female main character in book 2. And when she was in the Black Dagger Brotherhood. There we go, Black Dagger Brotherhood compound briefly for reasons. It was like a random POV of hers for like 5 pages. Where she walked in on him working out, and she was like, he's hot, and I'm scared, but also he's hot, because he's scarred from a troubled past and childhood trauma. And so I was like, what are the chances that's the next one? It is the next one. It's not, okay. Oh my god. Butcher is book 4. Oh, no. I fear what this series may do to me. I blame Fourth Wing. Anyways, that's fine for that. I guess I gotta finish Lover Eternal tonight so that I can read Lover Awakened tomorrow. Did I mention these books are kind of long? It's fine. I think technically I could the audiobook also from Libby, but I don't really want to because I'm having just a fun time. So, anyways, that's that. That's everything. It's really funny because the vlog that comes out after this, I'm reading the second book in the series. That's weird. That's wild. Anyways, goodbye. I'm tired. I'm gonna go make tea and send this book to my Kindle and cry because I could be reading the last Mistborn book because I did just order that, but it doesn't come until the 3rd. Very sad. It won't be open in this one. It will be opened in probably the last vlog of the month. Anyways, goodbye. See you tomorrow when I get to read this grade A experience. Hello, hi. It's 9 a.m. on a Sunday, and I still look dead. You wanna know why? Because a bitch was up until 1 a.m. this morning finishing the second Black Dagger Brotherhood book. You know, the one I have to finish before I could read the one for this vlog that ends today. 448 pages, by the way. I'm 29 pages already. Into book 3, Eternal Lover. No, wait. Eternal Lover is the second one. Awaken Lover? Don't at me. Also, this is gonna be a caffeine heavy day. I got 6 hours of sleep last night. It's fine. It's fine. You may be like, bitch, why? A girl miscalculated. A girl should have made this one the second weekend reload and should have spun the wheel again for this weekend. Because, hear me out. Saturday was a friend who I mod for her 2-year Twitch anniversary. So I was able to get a lot of reading done during the actual getting work done portion of it and like just hanging out. But then once it got to the playing games in which I was forced to build a raft bigger, that's an inside joke. Yeah. I would like to thank Zach, who usually watches these, for actually giving me supplies to build the raft bigger. That was very kind. You know, so I spent upwards of like 6 hours because there was 2 hours where I was like reading a little bit. I read like a chapter and a half during that portion, in which there were technical difficulties, and I was just in the background laughing my butt off as they were fighting. And it was very funny for me. I was having a great time. And then there was like the multiple hours of raft, and there was the multiple hours of Jackbox. And then by that point it was like 10:30, and giveaway stuff, and then it was like 10:30 and everyone went to bed, and I was like, I can possibly finish this tonight. And then I remember Duolingo's a thing like 20 minutes before midnight, and then I was like, okay, maybe I'll go to bed once I finish this chapter. And then I was having a great time, and decided to finish it. And I did cry at one point. It was 1 in the morning, okay, and it was very sad. I knew she was alive, and he knew that she was alive, but the grieving of the fact that he could never see her again and nobody would remember her was a lot. And I get it. So I cried a little bit. It's fine. And then I moved on with my life. Went to bed once I finished it, right? 4 stars, by the way. I'm pretty sure I rated Dark Lover 3. This is all important because in the second half, you get a lot more of the setup for Bella and Zadist for this book, for this vlog. So I will talk about it. We learn that Zadist, we learn kind of almost exactly what happened to him, from his past to be traumatic. And listen, I have a lot of issues with these books. Are they the best in a lot of ways? No. But what I will give this book is that Zadist is from a line of super powerful, strong vampire men, right? That are soldiers. They're like hella powerful, hella strong. I also have like magical, supernatural abilities on top of that. Like, I'm pretty sure he can control wind, right? And yet, when he was younger, he was abused in every version of he must have been like at the point where he turned when he was like 25 or something, when that usually happens, because from what I can tell, certain things don't happen until you reach that point. And so him, right, as a super powerful killer machine, right, was abused in every semblance of the term, by women, and nobody is just like, but how could that happen? You're a super strong man, or any like type of terminology with that. It was very much like, yeah, that's why he's so angry all the time, but it's understandable, right? And that's why he is the way he is, and that's understandable. And like, is nobody questioning how this could happen? She does briefly question it, now that I think about it. She does go, but you're supposed to be protected because you're part of the brotherhood, and he's all like, and yet this happened, and it's just, yeah, okay. And so because this passed, physical touch alone brings back trauma, but also the idea, low slowly evidence of a woman being into him also does that. And that there was a part at a party where they were hot and heavy, and he was like, wait, you're actually into this? And into me? From what I can tell, people just assume he's laying around with the ladies, and he makes it sound like it's totally, like, dubious consent going on there. But that's all a giant fucking lie. Because he can't even stand a female's touch most of the time, right? And so, like, he only deals with it to drink on occasion, and it's just barely to stay alive. Okay, that's the amount that he does. So, the evidence that she's into him brings back more trauma, and then she recognizes why, and then she, emotionally supports him, even if she physically can't, because, again, touching him. And then he's all like, I never want to see you again. And so she runs off, and then next thing we know, she's kidnapped by the vampire hunters. And it just happens to be the vampire hunter O that we've been following sporadically all through book 2, who joined after his wife, who, a lot of abuse happened there, him against her, like, she died, and then he became part of the order, blah, blah, blah. Apparently Bella looks exactly like her. So he sees her, takes her, and everyone at the point in this book, it's like 3-4 weeks later, like, she just learned from another recently taken vampire that he went to her funeral. Like, her family's given up, all this stuff. Yay. But they did find evidence in her house that her clothes were taken. That's weird. So there's some theories that she may be alive. Zadist is very much torturing other of the vampire hunters, lessers, to try to find her. Apparently they were like 2 miles away. So close, my girl. Anyways, it's a lot of her being traumatized because of this whole experience. And then I assume he will save her, and then their traumas will, oh no, make them better for each other. I don't know. Is it the best? No. No. Do I like the idea of this woman being literally tortured so that she would be a better match for this male character in the series? No. Not my favorite, especially since there are already signs of her being able to emotionally support him in his trauma before she went through this. Like, she was down to do it, and she, like, wasn't disgusted by him or anything, and all this stuff, and, like, she was like, okay, he doesn't like me touching him, blah, blah, blah. Like, it was nicely done, so there was no actual point to do it. It's just to piss Sadist off so that he kills more people and to prove that he does like her, I guess. I guess that's the thing. Also, another thing we have to talk about, his twin Fury, spelled with PH, does kind of have a thing for her. He's celibate, but like, everybody's clocking that he into that. And by that I mean Bella. Anyways, it's weird reading a book where there's a woman named Bella who's a vampire. Though this did come out in 2006, which I'm like 20% sure. Nah, I'm like 80% sure. That's before Twilight came out, so I think that was like 2008. So don't quote me on that. That's just where my brain thinks it came out. Anyways, I'm gonna go read more. I have to read this whole thing. This may have to extend a little bit to tomorrow, which is fine. We're loving that we're already behind schedule for my very busy February. I'm not worried about it. I'm just gonna drink a lot of coffee and tea in the next month. It is 5:30 p.m. I just reached 51%, and my Kindle tells me I have 4.5 hours left. I can do it. I can do it. I call this one Vampire Smut Trauma Edition, because it's not only both of their traumas, but it's also a side character that was brought in the last book. It occasionally goes to his POV, which also has trauma. And I did check in, he does have a book in the future, so I guess he's kind of important. Whatever. Anyways, there's this whole thing of like, which brother will she end up with? She's kind of like gonna end up with Sadist because like she has a thing for him, but Fury also has a thing for her. I would like you to know there is a thing where he kisses a man. This man kisses another man in a completely straight way. And somebody sees it happen and then tells Butch, who is the human friend of all of them, and Butch is like, you gay? He's all like, no. He's like, you bi? Which, imagine my surprise and excitement seeing bisexuality being recognized as a thing in a book that was published in 2006. To then have Fury say, and to call bisexuality, and I quote, kinky shit. At least in that paragraph, I also got confirmation that Vicious is bisexual, which just makes me more excited for his book. Thank you very much. I want to know what's up with him. Okay. Anyways, we've gotten, like, a little bit, like, he's basically her support system, right? And, like, she tries to not lean on him, but it goes partly, and all this stuff, and, that turned into them kissing a little bit, and then him talking about his past to her a little bit, which is like a thing he never does. Like when Fury learns about it, he's like, what the fuck? I hope that's his brother's actual name. Other things, her brother's a dumbass. I'm ready. There's a weird thing with it. It was suddenly his POV, and his plan is to forcefully drag her back to the family home. Talking about all the ways that she will be dissed from society, because she's like an upper class lady, right? Just from society because she was kidnapped. Yeah, okay. And it's her fault. Doesn't help that also she had relations with a man previously. Oh my god. I think she's pregnant. I think she's secretly pregnant. Nobody's told her. I think that's a thing that's happening. We're not talking about it. And so, but he wants to drag her home and make her secluded because of her blood levels, like her purity levels. It should be easily done, and that she won't be able to leave the house, and nobody will be able to see her unless he says, gives the okay, and no man will be that person, and all this stuff. And I'm gonna beat him. I'm gonna beat him up. There's that, but there's also the fact that he did some weird red. He like was just driving around, and then he started seeing red, and he couldn't feel anything or properly see anything, and had to take a drug, and it was weird. I don't. And then he was talking about how his blood isn't red anymore. Is he lesser? Is he a hunter? Because their blood's black. Anyways, other thing. This came early. It's got to be the book I ordered, which is why we're back here, because it goes right in that gap right there, that I left open for when I reached 50% and I could update and open this. If I could open it. I swear I have good scissors somewhere, but I couldn't find them. I did find my nail scissors, so we're just gonna open it. Just cut it. There we go. There we go. Yes! My child is here. Oh. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Oh my god. How long is she? Right before the glossary at the end, or arcanum or whatever at the end, oh my god, why are there so many more medals? What? No, wait. This feels like more medals. This is definitely God medals. I should not be looking at this. Anyways, 748. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It looks so good too. It reminds me of the cover reminds me of everything I love about this cover. So, you know, I'm happy. Don't think there, oh, there is something else, because it's actually the easiest way to buy it. So fun fact, I got this because I made a lot of book daddy jokes and somebody was like gonna buy it for me. But shipping was atrocious, and my sister happens to have Amazon Prime right now, so he just gave me an Amazon gift card to pay for it, right? And then I used her account and all the stuff, and because that, the easiest way to get it for me was just to order it directly from my wish list. So there's a gift for you. Enjoy your gift from Tomato Data, because that's what she, or Data, because that's what she put in, because he's the one that gets me the gift card. That's funny. Should I actually keep that? Maybe I'll keep that. Hi, Bella. I know, it's so exciting. We got new books. Oh, I came a whole day early. I don't know how. I swear we ordered this Friday afternoon. Hi. I don't need kisses. I know, I love you too. I love you too. You're so soft. Oh, you're so soft. Oh, you know what? You were just outside, weren't you? Oh, yes, that's why you're so soft. I bet you smell fresh too. Oh, yeah. You can't have my new book. No, it's mine. You know, I was just giving the synopsis on the back. Wax must choose whether to set aside his rocky relationship with God. I suddenly remember that it says short story, but I swear it's a novella. It was like 200 pages. I read after Bands of Morning? Yeah, Bands of Morning. And one, the fact that I read that at like 2 a.m. during a 24-hour vlog, god, insane. Two, that book was wild and good, but also had so much lore and information, and now I remember all that lore and information and things that happened at the end of Bands of Morning and things that could mean things in this, and I don't know when I'm gonna read this. I literally have no idea. I don't think I'm gonna read it in February, hear me out, so it may have to be a March thing, but this will be coming up soon. This will definitely be my quarterly wrap up, my first quarterly wrap up of the year. That's for sure. Slide it right in there. Oh, it's so beautiful, so beautiful. Oh, it's completed all the way up into Way of the Kings. I was gonna get Mass Market for all of the Stormlight Archive, but I've decided, because they're so long, it just makes more sense, because it's so unreally with the Mass Market spine, it makes more sense to get hardcover or tall paperbacks, either one. But also I may run out of room on the shelf and I recognize it. If I have to, I will start stacking them. But look, my collection is getting bigger. It's so lovely. It's so lovely. This book came out after I started this universe. I would like to remind everybody of this. Wild. It came out after I bought the first 3 of Era 2. Anyways, very exciting. We got books. We got book mail, and I read half of a book that I need to go finish. Did I mention I have a headache? I have a headache. I don't feel great. But I am having great enjoyment reading this. Like, I haven't had the desire to put it down. So, that's a thing. Also, I feel like I need to mention there was Nokia brought up. Zadist has a Nokia phone, and he's using it as a GPS tracker to track the enemy's car. And I feel like we all should just love that fact. Also, the fact that I was 7 when this book came out. Wild. Anyways, also I learned, I did check, Twilight came out the same year as the first one. So this is Twilight for adults. We love that. Anyways, bye. I'm gonna go finish this book and go crazy. I may not update you again tonight. I may save my final update for tomorrow morning, even if I finish it tonight, because it's gonna be like 9:30, 10 o'clock. And it's gonna be annoying. So, stay tuned for that. Hi. Do I feel like shit? Yes. I do. Somehow I feel worse. I was feeling better because I did the thing I'm supposed to do when I have my friend. And now I'm feeling worse. But also, I told myself if I finished the book by 1 a.m., it counted at the weekend. And it's 12:40 and I just finished this bitch. I was kind of afraid about the pregnancy. She wasn't pregnant at the time, but she was getting to the point of fertility so that she can get pregnant, and she does get pregnant by him. Also, I know way too much about vampire procreation in this universe. I don't want this information. I am intrigued by her brother. I did check, and he does have his own book as well, which is good, because I'm really intrigued. Also, the fact that her brother kissed his brother at one point in this book, we don't need to talk about it. Also, there was a point where 3 of them, his twin brother, Fury, the human cop Butch, which is the next book, which I'm intrigued for, because there was hints of the violence, is that his name? Giving the one who can see the future, who's also confirmed by randomly giving Butch some of his blood because he's like the only human. And the synopsis for the next one does say he dies or something. I'm not gonna ask. I'm not gonna ask this. I'm not gonna ask. Anyways, the 3 of them at one point were sleeping in a bed naked together, and no words, just like, what? I was surprised by a character death. What? That was just a shock. Who knows where Tor is now? You know, we can only hope the best for John at this point. What happened? It was kind of predictable in the back and forth, whatnot. Him constantly turning down her love out of fear of tainting her with his past, and then she eventually gets sick of it and does leave, and then, oh no, months have passed and he's bettered himself and she's pregnant, and now they're happy together at the end. Yeah, it was predictable, and the issues I expected of the fact that she does have to go through a shit ton of trauma to be on the same level of as him for some fucking reason. And the biggest fan of that. Though the man who did kidnap and torture her, she was the one to kill him and kick his ass. And that was fun. I liked reading that part. Because I'm normal. Anyways, yeah, it was whatever. Also, it got the trauma was heavy, a lot. Though I'd still give it props on the fact that multiple times of male victims when it comes to certain kinds of abuse not being looked at as lesser than, especially since they're like considered like masculine men, and what kind of men would let that happen? No, both genders abusing them, and it's not viewed as like, oh no, how dare this man be abused by a woman, he should have enjoyed it, or he should have gone away, or anything like that. It's just like, damn, that's a shitty thing for him to go through. Maybe he should go to therapy. In fact, they do take John to therapy, and I approve of this message. John is my child. I would like you to know John is in just my pocket. I love John. It's weird because I know John's sex dreams. And I know John's getting a book, which means I'm gonna have to experience John having sex. And that's fine, because he's my child. I don't listen. He just baby. Anyways, that's my thoughts and opinions on this book. It fine. It fine. My review is it fine. I'm going with 3.5 stars. I don't know when I'm gonna read the fourth one. Hopefully at some point, but we'll see. Anyways, good night. I'm tired. My head hurts so much, so I'm closing this out. Wednesday's weekend reading vlog. Or not. Not me saying my closing wrong. Wednesdays are gaming videos from Twitch for the most part. Saturdays are booktube videos for the most part. Fridays, every other Friday, there's a podcast. Links of it below. A lot of links. Witcher coming soon to you on gaming videos, because that's a thing I agreed to do. And I think that's it. Do all the things if you wanna, do the things. And I'm gonna go sleep. I really gotta stop staying up until 1 a.m. This is why I feel like I've been hit by a bus. This is the issue. I did it again, but we're not talking about it. I did read a whole book today. It's fine.